This race should be a cracker. The women's 100 freestyle S6. Mereshko and Simmons renew their rivalry they have had all week at these championships. Vanilish from Hungary in lane number 1. Sabina Weber-Treiber, the fast starting Austrian, goes in lane number 2. Elena Fedota from Ukraine, already a medalist here in the sprint events. Mereshko, well, can she pose a challenge here to Ellie Simmons? Ellie Simmons, the European record holder, world champion from last year. In lane 5, Helma Bjornsdottir from Iceland goes in 6. She may feature in the medal. She was a medalist in the 400. Savstova from Ukraine in 7, and Özlem Baykis from Turkey in lane 8. We saw the heat this morning. Mereshko just marginally ahead of Ellie Simmons. The European record stands at 1:14.82. This is going to be under threat tonight. Ellie Simmons in 5. Yeltseva Mereshko in 4. The final of the women's 100 freestyle S6.
Well, as you can see there, it was a pretty good start from Simmons. Mereshko going from the sitting start. Great high turnover from Simmons. Mereshko looking very, very poised indeed. He's on the far side lane rope. I don't think that'll be a tactical thing. I think that'll just be how she happened to come off the start. The turn's going to be all important here. Mereshko was superb, Paul, in going out in the 400 freestyle. Really, really good sprint speed. And she is, you've got to say, she's taking this to the poster girl of London 2012. Simmons making a bit of ground back there, but Mereshko, superb freestyle, piercing the water, hands go in, nice clean entry, able to lock onto the water, and this, I think, is going to be too much for Ellie Simmons to live with here.
Well, Ellie Simmons again trying to come back to Mereshko. Mereshko just slightly tying up in the closing stages, breathing across to Ellie Simmons. She can see Ellie Simmons coming back with every stroke. Mereshko will have the advantage with the long arms at the end, and it's going to be gold to Mereshko in a new European record time of 1:13.80, and silver to Ellie Simmons, also inside her own European record time. It's a lifetime best for Ellie Simmons, but it wasn't good enough to take gold. The gold goes to Ukraine for Mereshko, but what a contest between these two, with Fedota coming in for Ukraine for the bronze.
Well, it's not very often that we see Ellie Simmons do a personal best time and not win a race. Mereshko of Ukraine was simply wonderful to watch. Disadvantage at the start for Mereshko, but once she got into her stroke, there's a superb rhythm to it, real metronomic freestyle. And she really did tie up in these final closing stages. Simmons, obviously a distance freestyler, coming back at her all the time, but just ran out of pool. Mereshko here takes a big risk by breathing in the final 5 meters. Ellie Simmons taking distance out of her for that. There it is again.
What a great tussle these two have been having all week, and again it didn't disappoint. Ellie Simmons swimming her lifetime best. She loves the race. I spoke to her the other day. She just relishes this competition. Again, she's done a lifetime best. Again, she's on the medal podium and chasing Mereshko. A great swim from the Ukrainian, you have to say, to take that one. Ellie Simmons could do no more. She came back against the Ukrainian in the closing stages, but Mereshko just had too much of an advantage.
A big hug there from her coach. Still hasn't taken her goggles off. There we go.
Mereshko from Ukraine takes the gold in a new European record time. Great Britain's